Shalom, Kol Halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. And shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing word and truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. I'm the brother Yahshua, back with the World War III daily update. Welcome to you, all right, including you scoffers, all right. In the last days, there must be scoffers. That's one of the prophecies, all right. So anyway, we're going to start right here and make it quick. Isaiah 8 and 20. All right. And this is what sets apart any other World War III daily update. Okay. When a man of the Lord does it, this is how he does it. He does it according to the scriptures. Because everything is in the scriptures. Right. And when we say prophecy, it's like having a crystal ball and being able to look into the future or into the past, all right, to see what has already happened, and there's nothing new under the sun. But it's not witchcraft. This is on the right-hand side, which is the righteous side. So anyway, and the Most High is the one that gave us the ability to break these scriptures down and to tell you what they actually mean and what is about to happen next. That's what to prophesy means, to say something before it happens. So this is Isaiah 8 and 20. It says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, meaning if they're not using the Bible, all right, to bring forth these reports, right, it is because there is no light in them. All right? Let's read it in the NLT. Look to God's instructions and teachings. And that's what we're doing. People who contradict his word are completely in the dark. All right? So we're about to watch a video, okay? But he's not doing this, right? Doing what? If they speak not according to this word, what word? The Bible. It is because there is no light in them, all right? They are completely in the dark, all right? Where's good news? Cannot keep trouble away. Do not listen to mediums. What they tell you cannot keep trouble away, all right? See, this is a warning, right? We're able to look into the scriptures and say what is about to happen and warn people what is going to happen next. Certainly, they say such things because their minds are spiritually darkened. All right? Okay, so what things? These things. Let's go to Revelation 11. In the KJV, is it 11? 14. The second woe was past. Okay? And behold, the third woe cometh. What is woe? Woe means destruction. In this case, it means world war. The second world war has already happened. And look, the third world war is on the horizon. Right? Let's look at that. NIV. The second woe has passed. The third woe is coming soon. The third terror is coming quickly. The third woe is soon to come, coming shortly, coming quickly, right? Coming soon. The third woe comes at once now. All right, these are the last days. Last days before what? Before the nuclear missiles destroy Babylon the Great, which is also known as America. All right? Babylon the Great is fallen, is fallen. All right. The third woe will soon be here. And what am I doing? I'm warning you. Warn them of me. Warn them from me. Warn them from me. This is a warning. Oh, it's going to die down. Oh, there's going to be peace and safety. Hey, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. Ezekiel 3 and 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. So I'm letting my people know. Who are my people? Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and speckled bird. All right? You might look like the enemy, but your spirit is one of the hopeful elect of Israel. Right? Especially if you hear these words. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth. This is the Most High. At his mouth. And give them warning from me. Give who warning? My people. All right? So we're speaking according to the Bible. All right? And who is the Bible dealing with? Let me get two scriptures real quick. Let's get Deuteronomy 1 and 1. And the whole Bible reads like this. All right? I'm going to show you two instances, but the whole Bible is this. Deuteronomy 1 and 1. So the book of Deuteronomy, it says, these be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side Jordan in the wilderness, in the plain over against the Red Sea. All right? So this was before he parted the Red Sea. Slakia, this is after he parted the Red Sea. He came down with the Ten Commandments. But the point is this. The whole Bible reads like this. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel. Doesn't it say everybody in the world? It says all people on the face of the earth? No. It says all Israel. And let's prove it further. Okay? Let's prove it even further. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. For thou, who is thou? Well, let's go back to Deuteronomy 1 and 1. Moses was speaking to all Israel. For thou, all Israel, art an holy people, separate. This word means separate, separated, people unto the Lord thy God. What does thy mean? Your God. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee, who? All Israel, to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Who is he talking to? He's talking to the Israelites. It's the book of Malachi. The whole Bible reads like this. The burden of the word of the Lord to everybody? To Israel by Malachi. To Israel. I have loved you. Who? Israel. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Who? Israel. Beloved. Beloved. When the Bible says beloved, who does he beloved? I have beloved you. Who? Israel. And when you try to change that to something, but it changed when Jesus came, he opened it. Nope. He didn't open it up to everybody. And we can go through the whole thing. All right. But it always comes back to this: God doesn't change. And he sent his son to who? To Israel. Shall we get it real quick? All right. Uh, 10. Matthew 10 and 5. These 12 Yahushai sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into any way of the Gentiles, but the Gentiles. Well, Paul was the apostle to the Gentiles. You don't know who the Gentiles are, but does Paul supersede this guy, Yahushua? No. Go not into any way of the Gentiles, and into the city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to who? How? But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Now, listen close. And as ye go preach, saying, the kingdom, the kingdom for who? What is this guy's nationality? He's an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. Well, he's a Jew. No, his nationality is an Israelite. The tribe is Judah. There are 12 tribes. What did he say out of his own mouth? Let's check the record one more time. And we can do this all day. All right? What did he say? These 12, Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, what did he say? Go not to anybody except for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And when you go, say, hey, the kingdom is for you. The kingdom of heaven is for you. Okay? And that is just what it is. All right? And we can do it all day. All right, so Skeletor. All right. Let's get a Revelation one more time. Let's get Joel. Got to speak according to this word. Here's your World War III. Joel 3 and 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. The Gentiles is a stumbling block because you got two types of Gentiles. You have the natural Gentiles, which are all the other nations. Then you have the Gentiles, which are Israelites acting like the Gentiles. So Paul, the apostle to the Gentiles, was the apostle to the Israelites acting like Gentiles. Or was that too hard for you to understand? Prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. And this is what we see right now. Let's watch Skeletor tell a story. This is full spectrum survival with Skeletor here. June 17th. Get ready, NATO to attack Russia. China gaining control. Russia will Russia will nuke the world if this happens. If what happens? If NATO attacks Russia.
You know that things are bad when we don't have time to get to an abandoned bank or a place of ill repute to deliver what is happening. Today, NATO is making major moves against Russia, and we're seeing China has unveiled their aircraft carrier that is on par with the United States of American naval military arm, and it is being seen as a direct threat to the Indo-Pacific peace agreement. NATO is moving against Russia in ways that have not been witnessed since the Cold War, and the preparations to send our world into higher open conflict have never been greater. Strategists are saying that in an open admission by NATO, the Secretary General Stoltenberg announced that NATO will have pre assigned forces and pre positioned equipment on its eastern flank for the first time since the Cold War ended. Russia is seeing this as a direct threat to its sovereignty, and China has said that they will back up Russia's sovereignty with the Chinese military and with all of the support that it can give under its military cooperative and economic agreements. We have what is happening right now, just as the Pope declared a couple of days ago, the open admission of World War III. What is happening with Russia today may be what happens in Asia tomorrow. That warning is coming to us from the Japanese Prime Minister, who says that he will be making history for the first time ever, being the country of Japan's first leader to join a top meeting of the transatlantic group NATO this month. Sources close to the French Defense Ministry say that Macron has asked arms producers to step up their production of howitzers for French armed forces, saying that they need to move directly into wartime production mode. The Russian President Putin says that the United States is printing money and gobbling up food on global markets. Now, that's something that we haven't heard before, and it's something that we definitely need to pay attention to. Kelly and I talked about it a couple of months ago when we started to get just very basically rumors that the United States government was purchasing dehydrated milk, canned vegetables, canned meat, things like that on a national level for disaster preparedness, maybe for use during wartime efforts. But now we're starting to see other world leaders say that the United States of America is basically attempting to bury the rest of the world economically and purchase as much food as possible in preparation for a global conflict. They're not telling you to get ready at your house. They're not saying that you need to save your money or you need to buy canned food or you should go out and buy some rice and put it in buckets. They're not saying that you should think about hunting and fishing and growing your own food. Did you know that today they declared in the country of Sri Lanka Fridays off for the individuals to be able to grow their own food? That's because there is so much crisis happening around our world, such a food crisis, that people aren't going to be able to feed their children when what is happening with the Russian conflict finally starts to become realized across much of the Western world and other parts of our nation.
Hey guys, Toby Matt.
Good enough. Skeletor has commercials. All right, so let's go back to Joel. I'm going to qualify a couple of things and we're going to go ahead and close it up. All right, we'll go right here. Skeletor named off a whole bunch of different countries, didn't he? Joel 3 and 2. In the King James, I will also gather all. Who's I? That's the Most High, Yahweh. I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Let's read it in the NLT. I will gather the armies of the world, World War III, into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Yahweh Shaphat, God's judgment. Okay? Not Jehovah, Yahweh. Yahweh Shaphat. Shapatyam, judgment. Yahweh, the name of the Lord. As the Edomites said at the Los Lunas stone. All right, so the world war is happening in the greater world, but the Battle of Armageddon, the main part of the war is going to be in the Middle East. See this? The armies. All nations, the armies of the world. And we see that going on. All right. Now let's get this. Yeah, but Jesus is for everybody. Well, let's see what he says out of his own mouth. I come not but unto, what happened here? The lost sheep. I think it's going to hide from me. Just got to qualify that. Oh, but you don't know what you done. This is in red letters. Let's start at 21 real quick. Then Jesus, right, whose name is Yahushua in the Hebrew. This thing is messing up. Then Yahushua went thence and departed into the coast of Tyre and Zidon. I wanted to touch on that real quick to get you to understand who we're dealing with here. He was having a discussion with a Canaanite woman, right? Who? This guy, Yahushua. All right. But he, who's he? Go to 24. But he, this guy, answered and said unto her, right? I am not sent. Who sent him? His father, Yahweh. Yahweh sent Yahushua to who? I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Yeah, but what about Paul? Paul does not supersede Yahushua. Paul said exactly what Yahushua said. You just don't understand it. Oh, but the Gentiles, those Gentiles were the lost sheep of the house of Israel. They were Israelites doing as the Romans did. They were Israelites doing as the Grecians did, living in Greece, not keeping the laws of Israel. They were Israelites. All right. So that concludes the World War III Daily Update for this week. All right, we'll see you again on Monday. We hope that the elect were edified, you brothers and few sisters, and with that, we're going to say shalom.